stay on the grind. It only takes time. It's all in your mind. Yeah, we are. She got your son home. I didn't pay no attention. You know we in a whole new dimension. I ain't gonna pay no mind. Yo, we stay on the grind. It only takes time. It's all in your mind. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, let's go, chat. No Cap Entertainment, No Cap Media. Let's start the show.
So today's show, guys, is all about perseverance. Like my mum used to say, kill 'em with kindness. My mum used to say, kill 'em with success. And that's what we got to do. That's the moral of the show today. You know what I'm saying? No matter what hurdles are ahead of you, no matter how hard the path in front of you might seem, that you've always got the strength inside you, no matter what, to make it through. That's what this video is about.
What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me.
Amen.
You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what would change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I'm pretty sure I get every darn coach I'm playing against, head coaches, and anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there.
Right? Message. Right? And hopefully you guys get the message. I don't want to have to play that again. The only opinion that matters about yourself, guys, is your own opinion. That's it. If you tell yourself you can, then you can. And if you tell yourself you can't, then you can't. Either way, you're right, guys. Both ways. You understand? So now, guys, what we're going to quickly do, we're going to go into some footage, right? We're going to go into some footage, yeah? Of Shedeur Sanders in OTA. Now, it's got to the point where this is my second Shedeur video, right? And it's got to the point, yo, the hate they've got for Shedeur Sanders and the hate they've got for his father. It's almost as if they don't think the people have gone to school. Like, we can't do simple maths. We can't do simple arithmetic. We can't, like, our own eyes are lying to us, like when we see the footage, which you're about to see. And you can clearly see that, hold on. You know, you can clearly see that Shedeur Sanders, this ball placement, everything is just head and shoulders above, right? So you can see the numbers right there, right? So it's got to a point where, like, what, we can't do simple arithmetic anymore? We can't see that Shedeur Sanders had 3 touchdowns. He had the most touchdowns out of all 4 quarterbacks for the day. Now, regardless of who did 7 on 7, who did 11 on 11, who did 6 on 6, 3 on 3, 1 on 1, 5 on 5, whatever, I don't care what position. Listen, pause. You understand? Yeah? At the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Simple, guys. So we had Flacco, what was he? 14 for 9. Then we had Shedeur, he was 9 for 7 completions. That is a high ratio. You only dropped 2 of him passes, wasn't completed anything he attempted. You've got Pickett, was 16 for 9. And then you've got Daniel Gabriel, was 16 for 11. With 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Pickett, he had the most, literally, same amount of runs as Gabriel, 16, but he only got 9 of his completions. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Shedeur Sanders, 9 attempts, 7 completions, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Numbers don't lie, guys. And Flacco, who then had the 3rd highest amount of reps, from what I can see here, 14, had 14-9. Simple as that. Like, numbers don't lie, guys. It's simple math. So we've got the numbers don't lie. Now we're going to go to the eyeballs. Let me see what your eyeballs are telling you. Because I know what my eyeballs are telling me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Let's see what you guys think.
Two of Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco. The battle between the Cleveland Brown quarterbacks, and what they did today was split up into two different fields. One with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco as the quarterbacks, and then one with Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. These guys are going head to head. These guys are going, you know, back to back in these 7-on-7s. And they did this calculatedly, right, or in a calculated fashion in order to get everybody as many reps as possible in practice. So we're going to go through some 7-on-7s, some 11-on-11s, and break down who's looking good, who's looking bad. Let's kind of break it down right now. All right, here we go. We got a short completion out of Kenny Pickett, single back set. All right, you got defensive line coming, you got pressure coming. We're going to fake the handoff here. Let's look at the rep here by Kenny. So again, as you hand this ball off, you want that arm tucked in. I've watched a lot of videos on former quarterbacks breaking down how the quarterback position is supposed to be played. This is a good job by Kenny Pickett. Turn back, you got a drop. Maybe would have been a sack as he steps up, dumps it down to what seemed to be a running back here. Not sure. That looks like 20, maybe Pierre Strong, potentially, here for the Cleveland.
Listen to the language that he uses on these, man. This is Pickett. This is one of the veterans. Pickett and Flacco are the veterans of this thing. I don't know where that one ended up, mate, yeah?
A little bit more from this offense. You just see some bigger plays. We'll see what happens later on. Let's keep going. All right, here's a rep from Shedeur Sanders. Now, let's start off from the top. So he's in I form. We got, what, 21 personnel, looks like. 2 running backs. If you guys don't know personnel, we can break it down real quick. So you got 11, you got 10, you could have 21. The first number is always going to represent the amount of running backs in the backfield. So for this play, we got 2 running backs set. Looks like maybe 1 tight end over on the opposite side, and then you got your 2 wide receivers. So you got 21 personnel, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. We're going to drop back. No play action. We're just in a straight 5-step drop. So let's look at the footwork here. Fork doesn't look bad at all. Again, a lot of people complain about his fork. Dude, it's not bad at all. Please, tell me where it's bad. Okay, so he hops a little bit in the pocket. That is one thing I don't love here. Let's look at it. Hops a little bit, not bad though. Fires a dart over the middle, finds his tight end for some yards here. Now, who is that? 87? I believe 87 is John Bates. Correct me if I'm wrong, boys. But not bad at all. I think this is a good rep from Shedeur Sanders, dropping back, not holding the ball too long here. It's just 7-on-7, so you're not really seeing a defensive line at all for the most part. Again, good job picking, choosing what the defense is giving you and taking it. All right, here we go. Some 11-on-11. Now you got the defensive line here. Let's see how this Dillon Gabriel rep goes. He drops back. Right, looks, scans, ball deflected at the line of scrimmage here. Looked like Mason Graham to me just absolutely throws this thing down. And the biggest concern about Dillon Gabriel is, can he get that ball over these defensive linemen?
Let me go back to see this. Look
there he does and struggles.
Look at him, this tiny brother. Look at them legs. Look at them legs, bro. Come on, man. You really think this guy is going to be a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders, man? Or really, come on, guys. Like, you man are playing around. You man are playing too many games. Why play the games? Like, yo, I wish this kid all the best. I don't know why. Because right now, Shedeur's just making them look stupid. Shedeur's just making them look like, and it's like, I can see the conversation that Dion had was like, son, you're in the NFL, and Shedeur was saying on his day one, remember we see the first day one when he was doing all the press, and he did all the press great, and he goes, hey, I'm not here to prove everyone wrong, I'm here to prove myself right. I'm here at the end of the day, who cares where I got drafted? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm here to do a job, and I'm going to do my job. He's ice cold with it. Ice cold with it, and the guy goes to him, oh, why do you think you're so popular? Shedeur looked at him like, what do you mean? Why do you think I'm so popular? Like a G. Oh, because you're so down to earth. That's why. Boom. Well, because you're a genuine guy. Oh, that's why then. Right? So at the end of the day, and also, guys, genuine, be yourself. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourselves, guys. That's the best version of you, is your best self. Remember that. Yeah? And there's always going to be these haters, whatever these haters are hating on. Understand? But the numbers don't lie. And like I said, it's got to a point now where we can see the numbers, and then they want to tell us, oh, the numbers don't matter anymore. Dillon Gabriel's passes get swatted down. You don't hear the analysis. And when you hear the analysis, They're hating on Shedeur so much. Oh, how did Dylan Gabriel do? Oh, he did fine. He did okay. Why don't you talk about the interception and all that? His passes getting swatted down like he's a little midget. Why don't you keep it real? You know what I mean? Like the hate's getting ridiculous now. Like you guys are literally showing yourselves, and it's like as if America, as if the whole world haven't got eyeballs to see for ourselves.
It was right there, but that's okay. You got to bounce back. You got to have some good reps in there as well. Overall, footwork looks good for Dylan Gabriel.
I can guarantee you now, yeah, when we get to Shedeur's footage, I've never heard no one say, oh, Shedeur needs to bounce back from anything, any tagline, not once.
Tries to throw that thing really quick off a 3-step drop. Doesn't look like a hitch, looks just like a 3-step plant, boom, throw the ball. But again, that thing gets swatted down pretty much immediately. All right, let's see another rep here from Dylan Gabriel. Once again, under center. We're trying to really get these guys established with working out of, in a single back set or an I formation, right? So we're trying to get these guys acclimated here with the centers. Here we go. We can't really see, but we're going to play action fake. We get a 5-step drop. We're going to scramble outside the pocket, throws it down the field, and I can't really tell. Looks like it's an incompletion. Saw the ball hit the ground a little bit there. Pressure was coming. Throws it again. Can't really see. Wish we had a better angle.
These men are throwing air balls. These men are throwing air balls to nobody. We're gonna go into Shedeur's passes. I don't even have to speed it up, guys. We're just watching it second for second. I don't even want to listen. Right now, we're getting this video done right now because I ain't got much time to even spend on the hate. We've got too much good things to get on with. Life is going great. Remember, guys, the only opinion that matters is yourself. Don't let nobody tell you can't do what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you that you're going to hold you back from your dreams and what you're going to do, guys. Because listen, the haters are going to hate. There's species out here. There's species out here that no matter what we do, they're going to be hating, guys. No matter what we do. You know what I'm saying? So don't pay them no mind. Like Coach Prime said, what makes you think I care about your opinion about me? What makes you think?
Flopping around a little bit back here. Yep, there it is. So, again, not sure how that play went. Wish I had a different angle, but that's all we get right there. We also saw a rep of Joe Flacco here out of the shotgun. Right, we got just 7-on-7, so no defensive line. As he drops back, we're going to get this.
See, Flacco did 7-on-7. So they all did 7-on-7. So come to me about Shedeur was the only one that didn't do 11-11. Listen, mate. Whatever reps he did, he was the most efficient with his reps. Shedeur he's... From the numbers and how I see him moving, he's moving like a Rolls Royce around them, man. And then it's kind of funny me saying about the Rolls Royce. I'm trolling because apparently the US media are trying to say, oh, Shedeur Sanders is ordering himself a Rolls Royce already in the Cleveland colours. And it was Bucky, his brother's Rolls Royce. He's wearing a chain, he's doing this.
Kind of like a skinny post down that middle of the field, trying to draw the defense down on this little shallow cross over the middle. You have your running back, Dylan Sampson, out the backfield as well. And then look at this throw by Joe Flacco. The first thing you notice is he's going through a full field read. He's going to start left. He's going to scan right. And he's just going to move those linebackers over and find Fannin for a touchdown over the middle. I mean, that is beautiful. Great job by the Rook and the veteran.
So hold on
nice
there.
Connection there.
Are they stupid? Hold on. Let me just show you guys something now. We just seen Flacco with his touchdown, correct? Right? We just seen Flacco with his touchdown, right? Guys, look at the stats. They're saying anything they can, but like the truth is just too hard for them to swallow. I swear. You gotta swallow that shit. So look, we just seen Flacco throw the touchdown, right? Flacco had 1 touchdown for the day. That was his touchdown. And when did he do it? 7-on-7s. So he got his touchdown in the same environment, the same scenario that Shedeur Sanders got his 3. It's a different thing.
All right, another ball here by Shedeur Sanders. Drops back, quick read. So on these quick reads, all you want to do is have a 1-step drop, okay? You want to, boom, plant that foot, throw it, let it fly. Great ball to the back corner of the end zone. These back pylon throws are some of the toughest throws you can make in football right now, right? It's so tough to get this over the DB, but look at the ball placement right where it needs to be. McKitty gets both his feet in bounds, or his hip in bounds, right? I mean, this is perfect. When you look at what a quarterback can do, you want to see these high, over the head type of throws. Beautiful, beautiful arc. Beautiful placement. Everything here from Shedeur Sanders is really good. I mean, again, that placement right here of this football couldn't have been any better. Another big-time throw here by Shedeur Sanders. Now, again, just 7-on-7 work.
What are we talking about?
You're going to see a lot more 11-on-11s in another video. But here we go. Shedeur Sanders in the gun, drops back. We're going to get another maybe 3-step drop. Not the cleanest drop in the world here, right? Got to work on that just a little bit. Footwork's not bad, just the drop needs to be a little bit better. Throws another one in another insane pass. Guys,
insane.
The placement of his footballs are absolutely insane. Look at the placement of this thing.
Insane. Man's gone to a whole different part of the dictionary. He's using some different words that, oh, look at that pass, it's perfect. Oh, another insane. Listen, I don't know nothing about no NFL, but I know it's about making touchdowns, yeah? It's about touchdowns and defense, yeah? You got to score more than your opponent, innit, right? So when you got a quarterback putting it in the pocket, laying it in man's lap for the Tyreek Hills and the bad man, them running onto the ball, I swear, isn't that what the game's about? When I'm seeing Patrick Mahomes and all them man do running around and with that straight arrows and the direct, crisp arrows, what are we talking about? How are we talking like Shedeur is not one of them ones? Do you know what, right? I'm going to start a slogan, right? Shedeur Sanders for president. Real talk, I'm going to say it now because I'm telling you now, they are shook of Dion. Super shook. Like as if him Jesus Christ shook. They might think he's Jesus. They might think this might be him, you know? He might have been under our radar all this time. Trust me, they got the arrows, they got the red dots on Dion. And Shedeur, anything to do with Sander, they've got the red dot on. But you know what we say in our place and our people have become? Who God bless, no man can curse. We're living good. Check the play now, check the wordage, and then we're going to go to the footage of the demons and see what the demons are saying. They can't hold themselves back.
Everything here from Shedeur Sanders is really good. I mean, again, that placement right here of this football couldn't have been any better. Another big-time throw here by Shedeur Sanders. Now, again, just 7-on-7 work. You're going to see a lot more 11-on-11s in another video. But here we go. Shedeur Sanders in the gun, drops back. We're going to get another maybe 3-step drop. Not the cleanest drop in the world here, right? Got to work on that just a little bit. Footwork's not bad, just the drop needs to be a little bit better. Throws another one in another insane pass. Guys, the placement of his footballs are absolutely insane. Look at the placement of this thing. Okay, even better catch, but that is tremendous placement of a football.
Shedeur's on a different level to these, man. Right? So when the numbers are there, right, and they're trying to tell people, oh yeah, the numbers don't mean nothing and blah blah and all of this, yeah? What do you mean now all of a sudden the numbers don't mean nothing? Flacco got his touchdown on 7-on-7s. We just seen the footage. It's just been confirmed on footage. You know what I mean? And this Cleveland insider, whoever she is, you know what I mean? She's a lizard thing. But people that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Shedeur was the most efficient with the reps he was given. It's simple as that. Men lie, women lie, numbers do not.
Had a couple things to say about his role in this very crowded quarterback room.
It's a good question to bait somebody into answering, and no matter how they answer it, it kind of makes the guy that's answering.
So she starts off with basically talking about Joe Flacco, like, you know, he's obviously getting a bit frustrated with this question about, are you there to mentor? No, I don't think anything's wrong with his answer. You know what I mean? From a sports point of view, like he's there, like he's like, yo, I'm there to compete. And I wouldn't expect any athlete to say anything else. You understand? But he also says, but you know, I've got some information to give them and them. And if they want to take it, then they can take it. If they ain't going to take it, I ain't here to force them. So there's nothing wrong with what Flacco's saying. But what the hostess is initially saying is saying, hold on. Because she's seen the numbers as well. We all see the numbers, you know, because the woman initially wasn't even going to mention the numbers. So what she's saying is saying, since Shedeur's dominating with the numbers, are you sure you want to take that approach of being so frustrated? Because she's basically saying Shedeur might get that number one spot. You're saying you want to get that number one spot. But what she's basically saying, the host is saying by her question, by the way she's posed her question to the Middle Earth woman, is that don't you think he should be handling it a different way in order to secure his QB number one position? So it is what it is.
If I say I don't want to be a mentor, I look bad. If I say I do want to be a mentor, then I look like an idiot that doesn't care about being good and playing football. So it's one of those questions that no matter what I say, you guys can write what you want to write about it. And there's a lot of questions like that. That's why you end up having to try to avoid them. I tend to try to be honest. And I've said I'm not a mentor. I play football. And in a quarterback room, there's a lot of times there's been already a ton of times where there's learning experiences, and I have a lot of experience, and I can talk on things, and hopefully they listen. But it's not necessarily like my job to like make sure they listen to me. And hey, like hopefully you have a really good relationship with the guys that are in the room, and you naturally want to do that. Like here's the thing is like because of what I just said, like you're acting like I wouldn't want to be a mentor. It's like once again, it's
like he's cracking up a bit. I can see he's frustrated, but I don't think anything's wrong with his answer, by the way. You know what I mean? But I can tell he's frustrated, but it's like, yo, brother, like, you know what time it is. I've no disrespect, he sees it there. But like, I like his energy though. Like, he's an athlete. So we should be seeing young Shedeur. Oh, Shedeur, yo, for a free touchdown, blood clean. All right, yo. I come here to babysit my man. I come here to compete.
It's not really about that. It's just not the main focus. I see myself as a guy that can play in this league. So if your main focus was just like, hey, bud, I'm going to get you ready, you're just not taking care of business. The best way to be a mentor, honestly, is like show people how you go to work, and like I said, hope that they pick up on that stuff, but not necessarily force them to pick up on the things that you do.
Mary Kay Cabot joins us now from Cleveland.com and The Plain Dealer. And my whole thought right away is if you're sitting there like this, first of all, and for the radio audience, I've got my arms crossed as I watch Joe Flacco give his press conference, you're immediately defensive. So Mary Kay, does it make him look like an idiot to be a mentor? I think not. But this is just the beginning of a hot mess and a long, crazy season in Cleveland.
You know what? Let me just say this about Joe Flacco and that whole mentorship piece. He's been asked this question so many times over and
So straight away, he just goes to making excuses for the guy, yeah? So watch this. So anything other than Shedeur, they get excuses. He's been asked a question 100 times. Oh, he did perfectly fine.
and over again, and he's tired of answering it. We asked him this question back when he was here in 2023. We asked him this question when he had his opening press conference, when he first signed with the Cleveland Browns. He was asked about it when he was in Indianapolis last year, and the question just irks him. So it really doesn't bother me too much that Joe is tired of answering this question when he's been around in this game for 18 years. He's 40 years old. I can understand where certain things like this would get to him, and that is one of his hot button issues. I don't really blame him.
Yeah, but I would say this back to you. I'm 52, right? Suddenly I look in the mirror, and suddenly these young women are talking to me like I'm the old lady in the room with the mentor who knows everything. And by the way, like, kind of sucks, but also kind of great at the same time. The way I look at it is with him is he's got to be smarter about answering it. I know he's irked. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has gone through this. Brett Favre's gone through this. We've seen every quarterback who goes over the age of 37 answering this. But as you see how crowded that locker room is, and we know that he wants to be the guy, he's made it very clear. It just seems to me like it's just not a smart approach to it. At some point, if he is the starter one and he is QB1 and he's playing his way through, I get it. But when we hear that Shedeur Sanders is looking good, when we know how crowded that room is, it just seems to me like be older, be better, be smarter about it.
Exactly. That's
what
he's saying.
This is his, as I mentioned before, it's his trigger question, and he answers everything absolutely beautifully. And I just think that this is the one thing that he just doesn't want to talk about anymore. He's tried to say over and over and over again, look, you can learn from watching me. You can learn from doing whatever I do, but I'm not here to hold your hand and get you to be able to win the job over me. That doesn't feel like what he needs to do. So again, I don't have a huge issue with it. I know some people do, but I'm not in that camp.
What are your thoughts about what's happening in that room right now?
Quarterback. So I actually think that it might come down to Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. And the Browns see something special in Kenny Pickett. They think maybe they'll catch lightning in a bottle and he can be their version of a Sam Darnold or someone like that. And so I think it's probably going to ultimately come down to those two veteran guys, because you don't want to lose your veteran Pro Bowl players early on in the season. So that's the way that I see it kind of shaking out in the end. But the Browns are also very, very excited about Dylan Gabriel, their third round pick. And then the way it played out yesterday is the way that I thought it would, is that Shedeur right now is the fourth team quarterback. He did not take any team reps yesterday. Sometimes there's misinformation that comes out of an OTA like that.
So straight away she goes, Shedeur's number 4. She goes, he did not take any team reps. Remember this, guys, all she's talking about is them 11 and 11s, you know. Like, that's some big thing. And we've already broken down. We've seen the footage. All the quarterbacks did 7 on 7s. Right? Pickett and Flacco, which are two veterans, they did the most snaps or whatever, most plays, whatever you want to call them. Man. I don't want to go like I'm a professional, but I could do math. We could do simple math. This ain't even complicated. The numbers are right there in front of your face. It's so easy to see that Shedeur Sanders was way more efficient with the reps that he had. And so even the 11s and 11s that you mentioned, he got no team reps. Right? Dylan Gabriel got 3 of those 11 and 11 reps, team reps, quote unquote. Didn't do nothing with him. He got 2 touchdowns, but he also got 1 interception for the day. You've seen the Pickett and all them. Pickett was just throwing air balls. No touchdown, no nothing for my man. Throwing it to imaginary people that weren't there. You know what I mean? Pickett was playing with imaginary team. Fucking Dylan Gabriel couldn't see over the fucking defensive line. What are we talking about, guys, bro? Dylan Gabriel is literally a midget, bro. Stop playing games.
And not just that he wasn't the second guy or the first guy. He didn't take any 11 on 11s yesterday. So he did a really nice job in his 7 on 7s, a great job. But they are making him come up the learning curve and earn his way.
Hear what she said. He did a great job at the 7 on 7s.
Once again, we didn't see him in very many team drills or 11 on 11s. He only took 3 of those reps yesterday. So he's got a ways to go. And, I think he'll get there. He does things really well. He's very efficient. He's got a nice, strong arm. But once again, I think that these 2 young rookies have a lot to learn from these veterans. And I think it's going to be a very, very heated competition.
Let's throw that schedule up one more time, Mike, if you don't mind looking at the Cleveland schedule. Which games stand out to you as the ones that you have your eye on?
Well, once again, they have to start very, very strong. So starting at home versus Cincinnati and then at Baltimore, that's a really, really big deal.
I'll tell you what I do though, right? If they want to win if they want to start hot, Shedeur Sanders is QB number 1 for the Cleveland Browns. If they actually want to win, because I'm not too sure if they actually want to win, actually. I think it might be deeper than that. I think they don't care about winning. I think they just literally there might be a potential of just having him there to just try to discredit the kid.
Playoff teams from the NFC North. And then again, starting in week 4, you've got those 5 out of 6 on the road, including going all the way over to London to face the Vikings, who went 14-3 last year. So if you can make it out of that stretch by week 9 and still be relevant, then perhaps you can be onto something and make a little bit of a push down the stretch, but they've got to survive that beginning of the schedule.
Hey, Mary Kay, Chris here. You're funny. You're talking about the reps these guys took yesterday. No 11 on 11s for Shedeur or Gabriel. I saw a graphic yesterday that had OTA stat tracking. I know training camp tracking is super fun. Everyone's charting all the throws and who picked what. I mean, this person said that Shedeur had 3 touchdowns yesterday. So should I not be paying attention to any of this? Because I love these training camp OTA stats.
Well, actually, Dylan did get 3 reps in 11 on 11s.
Okay.
So all 3 of the quarterbacks, except for Shedeur, did get some work in the all-important 11 on 11.
And how many touchdowns did he get in that 11 on 11? 0. And how many touchdowns did Flacco get in his 11 on 11? 0.
Shedeur did not get any. I thought that was somewhat significant, but Kevin Stefanski said, hey, don't read anything into this. Maybe he'll get some today. They're out there today. We're not. Maybe next Wednesday when we're out there again, Shedeur will be in 11 on 11s. He probably will be, in part because we made a big deal out of it this week. But no, I don't think anything should be read into those numbers. Once again, those Shedeur numbers were all 7 on 7s and mostly with third and fourth team players.
Look at how the eyes gleam out once she gets, oh, and most of that was against players that are not going to be there. Like, the girl just wants to throw hate on Shedeur.
I saw a graphic yesterday that had OTA stat tracking. You know, I know training camp tracking is super fun. Everyone's charting all the throws and who picked what. I mean, this person said that Shedeur had 3 touchdowns yesterday. So should I not be paying attention to any of this? Because I love these training camp OTA stats.
Well, actually, Dylan did get 3 reps in 11 on 11s.
Okay.
So all 3 of the quarterbacks, except for Shedeur, did get some work in the all-important 11 on 11s. Now, Shedeur did not get any. I thought that was somewhat significant, but Kevin Stefanski said, hey, don't read anything into this. Maybe he'll get some today. They're out there today. We're not. Maybe next Wednesday when we're out there again, Shedeur will be in 11 on 11s. He probably will be, in part because we made a big deal out of it this week. But no, I don't think anything should be read into those numbers. Once again, those Shedeur numbers were all 7 on 7s and mostly with third and fourth team players.
What are the vibes? Because, like, you know, coming out of the draft, it was like, wow, this is some quarterback room. Like, what are they doing? When you have 4, do you really have 1? You know, that's the age-old, adage about if you 2, you don't have 1. What are the vibes among all these guys and kind of the team from you can tell with this situation?
Well, I do think that it's going to be a lively competition, but I also believe that the Browns are going to have to select a starting quarterback as soon as possible. They have to be ready to win coming out of the gate. And we know that players like Myles Garrett, he wanted to be traded in the offseason because he didn't think the Browns were going to be capable of winning.
And with people like her as analysts, I can't be surprised. And that Myles Garrett, that's the guy who they're talking about, saying, oh, Garrett should be there for practice now, this, that, and the third. But at the same extent, saying that, but the numbers that Shedeur is putting up now don't matter. And there's only 7 and 7. Guys, Flacco's touchdown was in 7 and 7s. Shedeur was delivering it on time every time, guys.